you're thinking about muscle growth all wrong, mate. And I used to do it as well, mate. That's why I spent years in the gym building fucking no muscle. That's why you go to the gym and you leave and go, where the fuck is this muscle, mate? Why am I going to the gym wasting all my time and doing all this to look like shit? Like, I join the gym because you want to look good. You want the bird on the street to take a second look at them arms and go, Jesus, I'll have a bit of that. You want somebody to hit you with road rage and look twice and go, oh shit, he's got big shoulders. Won't mess with him. Don't allow yourself to get lost in the wrong way of thinking about muscle, which actually keeps you from building muscle. When I can tell you 5 mindset shifts I had that helped me to put on my first 5 kilos of muscle. Like, these are all the things that I helped me. And all the things, by the way, that you won't see talking about online unless you follow me, because a lot of people just don't have the fucking experience to do it. So strap yourself in, mate. You're going in for a fucking good ride. First thing we need to clear up about a bulk, right, is that the fucking bulk is the most fun part of the gym. Like, the gym was made for bulking, right? Like, and that sounds weird because so many people are cutting. But the thing with the bulkers, mate, like, you're going to be eating fucking bare more food. Like, you're not going to be restricted to food. Like, yeah, you can't just go and eat loads of shit and get really fat, but your calories are going to be as high as they're ever going to be. So, like, the hunger you get from dieting, the low energy you get from dieting, the missing out on socials you get from dieting, the fucking massive step counts you get from dieting, the bigger cardio targets you get from dieting. You don't have any of that in the bulk. Your steps are lower. Your cardio's a lot lower. You're fucking not having to say no to socials. You've got more food, so you're not really ever going to be hungry unless you go long between meals. The gym, like, you don't have the low energy in the sense where you're in the gym and you can't fucking lift anything. Like, you go to the gym with the full expectation that I am going to get stronger. I'm going to get bigger. You're not worried about muscle growth or losing muscle because you should be building it. Like, I say to all my clients, mate, like, your aim with the gym is building muscle, which comes through bulking, and it's getting there. Like, get to the bulking bit. Like, do everything you need to do to make the bulk worthwhile. Don't just do the usual bulk where you just fucking eat more food and don't really control it. Your calories go all over the place. You eat out all the time. You're having Matthew's, KFC, Subway 3 times a day. You're eating until you feel sick. You're fucking shoving syrups in your coffees. You're shoving fucking big milkshakes with peanut butter in them down. You're like, that's not what bulking is, because then you fucking feel like shit because you're eating shit food. You go into the gym, you're half-arsing it because you don't feel great. And then you're building up all this fat and then you look shit. Like, you make the bulk the worst bit when it could be the fun bit. You join the gym because you fucking want to look bigger. You join the gym because you want more muscle. You want the gym because you want more confidence. You want join the gym because you want more respect. You join the gym because you want to look at yourself and go, fuck me, I look good. You join the gym to be the biggest out your mates. You join the gym because you want someone to look at you a night out and go, fucking, I think twice about shouting at him. That's why we join the gym. But then when we mistake the bulk and we do the bulk wrong and we treat it like it's just a fucking another half-ass thing to do, it's no wonder you don't like doing it. So you have the opportunity to make the bulk the fucking best phase to be in if you do these kind of stuff that I'm going to say next. So let's get this clear. Let's get this out of the way first, that the bulk is the fun and the best bit, and that's where you should be aiming to get to, all right? So the second mindset shift that you need to get your head around, mate, and it comes down to cutting. And like, when you first get into diet, mate, I don't even want you to think about what calories, how long, what protein, what meals, how many meals, fucking what's the best food, how to feel full, how much water, how much caffeine. Like, I don't even want you to think about that, right? The mindset I want you to have when you first get into a cut is that your cut is there to get you into a bulk. That's all I think about. When I'm cutting, the only thing I'm thinking about is like, I'm cutting it to get into a bulk, because as I've just said, the bulking is the fucking best bit, and the bulking's the bit that's going to actually change your physique because you put the muscle on. The cut is just there to get into the bulk, to get you lean enough to make sure that you can fucking get into a bulk for a long period of time. Too many people are so fucking caught up in the cutting phase that, like, they just think, they get carried away with it, in the sense it's like it becomes this all-encompassing thing. Like, oh, I'm cutting. Like, when's this going to be over? This is so hard. I can't wait to finish it. And look, I understand that fucking there's going to be an element of, like, when you're hungry in a cut, when you're tired, when you got no energy. Like, I've got fucking barely any energy. I want to fucking sleep all the time because I'm getting leaner. There's an element of, like, I do just want this to be finished, but, like, don't get into the mindset of, like, cutting or not, cutting or not, cutting or not. So, like, when you think that, sat there going, oh, I can't wait for this cut to be finished, think, no, I can't wait for this cut to be finished so I can start bulking. Not, I can't wait for this cut to be finished to do nothing. I can't wait for this cut to get finished so I can start bulking. Like, this cut is going to enable me to get into a bulk and build fucking a shitload of size. Like, that's where we want to be. Because the fat loss is so oversold in this industry, all you ever think about is the cut, the cut, the cut. And if I was to, like, plot out, if you wanted to build fucking 5 kilos of muscle, if I was to plot out, like, the phases, mate, the cut would be small. You'd have, like, initial cut to get lean, to get into a bulk. You'd have a big fucking long gain phase. You'd have a shorter cut to get lean again. Like, the bulk would always be the priority. So, like, we want to be using these cuts to facilitate getting to bulks all the time. And then, like, if you cut and then you go into a bulk and you cut again, you're like, oh yeah, I'm finished. Like, no, you cut again to reveal the muscle that you've just been on, and then to get into the bulk. Like, all my clients now who are on a, like, post bulk cut, They're cutting to be able to get back into a bulk because that's where you want to be. Like you want to be in a surplus for as long as you fucking can. Like use the cut and the deficit as a tool to get back into a bulk. Use the cut as a springboard to go forward. Like I see it so often, mate. I've had it in my own coaching business where like people are like, "Oh, diet's done now." Like, cool, I'm done. I'm like, what? You want to miss out on all that? You want to miss out on more food. You want to miss out on building muscle. You want to miss out on getting stronger. You want to miss out on PBs. And you want to just go not cutting to not cutting where you usually fucking gain all the weight back anyway. Like, why would you want to miss out on that stuff, mate? But then when you're so fucking focused on cutting or not, cutting or not, cutting or not, ignoring the bulking phase, that's what happens. And that's why so many people, they go on a diet, mate, and then they go, all right, diet's over, cut's over. If they manage to finish it, I'm going to stop doing this now. And then they just go backwards, take the foot off the gas, fucking put all the weight back on. It's like, well, it's just a fucking waste. When you dangle more muscle into that cut, mate, it makes that cut so much easier to stick to because you want to get through it. I say to my clients, I said, look, I know this bit's going to be shit. I know the cutting bit's not going to be fun. It's not going to be the best thing you ever do. But if you get through this shit bit, you've got all this fun bit to come. For most people, myself included, your first initial cut isn't going to be that fun because you've not built much muscle, which is all the more reason to see that cut as a reason to get into the bulk, to build muscle. Then your next cut, you're going to reveal it and get back into a bulk. Okay. So as soon as you just have that mindset of like, I'm cutting to get into a bulk and build more muscle, your cut's fucking easier. What's going to segue quite nice on from that is the third thing that you really need to get your head around, which is going to make building your first 5 kilos of muscle easier, by the way. It's going to make your cut easier, is that hunger, which is the thing that so many people want to run away from when they're cutting. And want, oh, how can I be less hungry? What can I have less hungry? I'm going to have a fucking 10-calorie jelly between every meal because I'm just so hungry. Well done, mate. If you're going to train your body that every time it's hungry, you're going to eat food, good luck cutting. But the biggest mindset shift I ever had with hunger when I'm in a cut that helped me get through a cut into bulk to build muscle. Hunger is just feedback that your diet's working, mate. Like I'm hungry now. I feel hungry now because I'm in a fucking deficit and I'm dieting for the photo shoot. But I'm not sat here going, oh my God, I'm hungry. I need this. I need to get rid of this hunger. I need to fucking drink some water. I need to fucking eat my food. I need to fucking stop this cut. I need to get over it. I can't do it anymore. I just go, yeah, my body's in a diet and it's working. Like if I was to ask you now, okay, what would be one fucking very clear cut sign that your diet was working? You'd say hunger, mate. Like use the feedback your body's giving to you that you're fucking in a diet and go, yeah, that sounds. So every time hunger crops up and you feel yourself picking for a bit of food, or you feel yourself going, oh, I might not go to the gym because I'm hungry, or feel yourself going, just have more calories today. Just think, mate, hunger is telling you that your diet's working. If you're in a cut and you're fucking not hungry at all, I'll be asking very serious questions, mate. I speak to my clients and I say to them, look, how hungry are you this week on a scale of 1 to 7? If they're not hungry, great. I'll put their fucking calories down because I know they can handle it a bit more. But if they're not hungry and they're in a deficit, I'll be asking questions. I'll be looking into that food and going, we should be hungry, mate. Like your body should be fucking telling us right now that you're hungry. The same way that your fucking mobile banking app will tell you you're in overdraft. That's how you know you're overdraft because the message to say you're in overdraft. Like you'll have a message from your body that you're fucking losing body fat. And like almost weirdly, like when I have a day of high hunger, I know that I'm going to drop weight next week, next day. I can tell when I'm going to have quite a big drop on the scales because the day before I'll just be very, very, very hungry. And when you change your relationship with that hunger and you think to yourself, well, yeah, fuck me, this is great because the goal I want, which is to get lean, to get into a fucking good condition, to get into a bulk, would be hunger. Every time it comes up, you can go, great, like, I'm hungry. Fucking hell, it means it's working. A fucking 12-week cut, I would rather go, yeah, I'm hungry, but it means it's working. And every time I get hungry, which is a lot, have that mindset and reaction rather than every time I get hungry, I go, oh my God, I can't do this. It's so hard. Well, I need to eat something. That's going to be so much harder. A very, very simple mindset shift I tell to my clients, I tell to everyone when they're cutting, hunger is the best fucking sign that it's working. So welcome it, mate, because you want to lose weight, don't you? You want to get lean, don't you? You want to drop the weight on the scales. This is your body telling you that it's doing that. Fourth mindset shift that I had when it comes to training is that you've heard me talk about logbooking all the time, and you think, oh, I'm getting bored of hearing about this right and this left, right? But logbooking, right, and seeing how your lifts are progressing is the same way that hunger is the fucking sign that you'd look for to know that you're in deficit, to know that your diet's working. You'd look for your progressions in your logbook to know that your training's working. Because if you just go into the gym, right, and you're trying to build muscle and build fucking 5 kilos of muscle and you're going in willy-nilly, you don't know what you're lifting, you can't possibly know that's training working because a training plan is there to make sure that you're getting stronger, okay? You're getting stronger either with more reps or more weight. Okay, so if you don't write that down, how do you know? Similar to what I've said, that like if you come in and do a 40-kilo chest press for 10 reps on 1 week, then you don't write it down, the next week you go, fuck, what did I do? The week after that, what did I do? Next minute you're doing fucking 30 because it feels easy. You're doing 35 because it feels right. You're not fucking giving your body any chance to grow and get any chance to actually do proper training and go, right, okay, this is what I can do last week. I need to do more. So without that logbook, without knowing your progression, you don't know if that training plan's working. Whereas if you go into the gym, right, and you're writing down every lift, and you do 40 kilos for 10 reps on week one, if you go to week two and you do 40 kilos for 3 reps, you can write it off and go, okay, it's a bad week of training. If you go to week three and you do 37.5 kilos for 4 reps and you go in and you can see the pattern of that lift going down, you know something's going on. And that can bring on further inquiry, whether it's fucking actually the training plan too much volume, whether it's the exercise itself, whether it's how you're performing it, whether it's your calories are too low, whether it's you're doing too many steps before it, whether it's you're not going into the gym fueled up. Like you can look into that, but you wouldn't know that if you weren't writing it down. What you usually do is you go around going, my training's not working, but we don't know if it's not working or not because you're not writing anything down. So the logbook allows you to spot progressions. Like I've had it so many times. I did it the other day with a client, like his third set in his incline Smith press it was nowhere near where it needed to be. Like he'd have two really solid sets, and he'd get to the third set, and it's like his body would just give up. So we only knew that from the logbook, and every week we'd have two increases, one decrease, two increase, one decrease. So guess what we did, mate? We just took the third set away, but we wouldn't have known that unless he'd been written it down. So like what you want to do is when you're going to the logbook, you want to see progression. So you might go, right, okay, I did 40 kilos for 10 last week. This week I did 40 for 11. Week after I did 40 for 13. Oh, at the top end of the rep range, now I'm going to do 42. So the week after that, you go 42 and a half for 8. And you can see it going up and up and up, and you can see it progressing. And you can look at that logbook and clear as day and go, my training's working. Because guess what? If you're getting stronger and your lifts are going up, you build the muscle. But the opposite to that of what everyone does is that they just don't track it. You just don't track your lifts. And you go, well, how are you meant to know anything? How are you meant to know anything? So like when I started looking at my logbook, it's not just a thing to make me go and train harder, but it's a thing to, all right, well, is my training working? Well, all my lifts are going up. Yeah. If I'm cutting, am I keeping muscle? Well, all my lifts are staying the same or going up. So yeah. And like that's how you're gonna spot poor performance, that's how you spot good performance. And like if I have a client and it's just going down, 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 mate, I know something's going on and I know I need to fucking make a change. And so like if you just see your logbook at the very least as something that's going to tell you whether your training is working or not, because why the fuck would you go to the gym on the training plan and not know it's working or not? Then, in my opinion, that's going to help you with your training and building muscle because you want to fucking know. You can make the relevant changes if you need to. You can review 12-week blocks and go, yeah, I put on loads of fucking size, I put on loads of weight on the bar, or I didn't. So, like, it's like the same way that you'd make decisions based on calories, cardio, and steps through somebody's weight and how they look in their progress photos. You'd make decisions on somebody's training by their logbook. If the goal is to build muscle, 5 kilos of muscle, 10 kilos of muscle, and you're not paying attention to how your training is progressing in a fucking logbook sense and strength progressions, you're leaving everything on the table. It'd be exactly the same as going onto a diet and not weighing yourself. How the fuck do you know if you're losing weight if you're not weighing yourself? You don't. Same thing with logbook. Last but certainly not least, mate, the last mindset shift that I had that when I was going through the bulk of building muscle, right, is that your form is not the issue here. I would honestly put money on the fact that the most of the time when I speak to people or I look at people's intensity reviews or form reviews, form is rarely the issue. Like I wouldn't go as far as to say that form's never an issue because don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, it's not like training's not a skill and you just fucking pick perfect form straight away. But most of the people that I coach and most of the people that I fucking watch form videos, it's very rare that I'm like, oh shit, your form is way off. Like you need to change this. And same with myself when I was in the gym, by the way. My form was never really that bad. The only issue was the intensity. Like the intensity just wasn't there. Like I've said this many a time, you can have pitch perfect form, mate, but we haven't got the intensity. Nothing's gonna happen. Otherwise, I could just fucking grow from doing this. Like I need to be able to put my muscle through a heavy and hard set. You need to focus more on your intensity than over your form. And if you still start to go, yeah, but my form, mate, just go on machines. Go on a complete 100% machine-based program where it's very hard to pocket the machine and just focus on building that intensity up and look how much you change. Like your muscle needs to be stretched, your muscle needs to be worked to its maximum capacity in order to grow. The only time form becomes an issue is when I see people when they start to let the weight get really heavy and they start to fucking move and track and shit to get the weight up. That's when form gets an issue. But most people aren't even getting there. Most people they'll get to a point where it's like, oh, my form's going to break down. I need to move my arm a little bit on this bicycle. I'm going to stop. It doesn't feel right. It's like no, you can sacrifice a tiny bit of form to get more intensity. Like I've said before about the continuum. Like if you have a continuum of like 0 shit form to 10-10 perfect form, and then 0 intensity to 10-10 intensity, you can drop form to like anywhere between 7, 8, 9, 10 if it means intensity comes up. Like if you're having like 9-10 perfect form to the point where like your intensity is below a 5, sacrifice some form to get the intensity back up. Like, you know, you don't have to be 100% on both counts. You can drop and swip and change as long as between the 7 to 10 mark at all times. You're going to be sound. What I find most people do is that they're in like the 7 to 10 mark of form, but they fucking like below 5 for intensity. And it's like, oh, it starts to hurt. It gets too hard, so I can't do this. It's like, no, you have to lean into it, mate. You have to get comfortable with training hurting. Like, training hurts, mate. It's not gonna kill you. The same way, like if you're hungry, the worst thing you have to do is go and fucking just eat and order some food and eat, and you'll be fine. If the training really gets that bad and it starts to hurt, just stop the weight, just stop the set. Now you can tell the difference between muscle pain and injury pain. Like I've done my fucking ligament to my ankle, I've done nerves to my shoulders. Like I know when that was fucking pain and like, oh, that's not good, as compared to just, oh, my muscles just burning. Like if your muscles are burning, good, lean into it. Like you need to get comfortable with that feeling because if you want to build muscle, mate, you want to build size. The one thing that I fucked up on for years is like I just wouldn't lean into that. I didn't want it to be hard. I wouldn't lean into that hard feeling. I'd be like, oh no, I don't want to train hard or it hurts, I'm not doing it. And then I'd fucking go home like I've done enough. Don't worry, I've done enough. Look at myself and go, I don't look like a fucking train, do I? So I need to go back. I need to train harder. Like, I look, don't get me wrong. Even to this day, I'm not the hardest trainer in the room. There's guys I know in the gym who train way harder than me, but I train a lot harder than I used to, and that's why I look better than I used to. So that's the last mindset shift that I would have towards this bulking is that like your form is not the issue, your intensity is. Focus on that and see how much you grow.